Inventing yourself. But the main title is Developing This One Habit Will Help You Radically Improve Your Life. How many of us, man, in the comments below, say that's me. How many of us want to radically improve our life? You want to enhance your results. You want to create new levels of success. You're aiming to accomplish something that you've never accomplished before. I'm guessing and really leading with this assumption that if you are tapped into this conversation, if you're connected to your boy D1, you share those aspirations. You want to become the best version of yourself. You made up your mind that you're not going to live a life of mediocrity because you understand the moment in the day that you stop striving for more in life, that will be the moment in the day that you start accepting less. And you weren't born fearfully and wonderfully created to accept less. No, we're stepping into this week with the mindset that we're getting everything, Dr. G, everything that's got our name on it, right? We're not going to compromise with fear. We're not negotiating with any excuses. We're going to pursue excellence with everything that we have. What we're going to talk about today will essentially highlight one habit that we can start implementing right now that will assist us in achieving that goal, living out that statement that we just made, and in radically improving our lives. Real quick story, okay? We recently started production for my documentary series on small businesses, which is entitled The Quest. We started production for our next season. And last week, we had a number of film sessions at a variety of different businesses, one of which was a business that was located in downtown Indianapolis. And like many, if not all, of urban areas or inner cities, parking is something that is extremely limited. And this is because these are high traffic areas where there's a number of people that are commuting back and forth, whether they're working at a company or a business downtown, or, they're going to a number of different events, or they're simply just patronizing many of the restaurants that are in the area. So of course, parking is limited. I don't know why I keep saying parking and limiting. Parking is limited in these areas. So as we were going to this specific destination, which again is located at the center of downtown Indianapolis, one of our members of our crew had made the decision that he didn't want to pay for parking. He didn't want to travel an extra amount of distance to get to our destination or have to walk a certain distance to get to this business. And he happened to find a parking lot that was adjacent to the business that was right near an apartment complex. And he made the decision to park his Cadillac in this parking lot. Now, to protect his innocence, we'll just say his name is B, right? B made the decision. He said, hey, I'm going to park in this parking lot and I'm going to go and we're going to handle this job. So we start the production. Great conversation, great production for the documentary series. A few hours have passed, and as we're tearing down the set, we're putting away the tripods and the C-stands and all of the microphones and the lighting and all the cinema cameras and all the lenses and packaging all these things together so that we can go home and get done with the set. So B says, hey, I'm going to go check on my vehicle. Like, I didn't think anything of it at the time because I had no idea what was going on until moments later, he comes back through the door and says, it's gone. I'm like, what are you talking about, B? He says, it's gone. I'm like, what is it? He says, my car is gone. I'm like, your car is gone. I said, where did you park? He said, oh, I parked in this parking lot. Now, mind you, family, my man ended up having to go to the impound and paid 30 times more than what he would have had paid if he initially paid for parking, because his vehicle was towed, went to the impound, and now he's got to come out of pocket even more because he wanted to cheat the process, right? Like, this is a casual practice that we all understand if we're commuting, if we're driving, that you have to pay for parking. These are the rules of engagement. But he wanted to get to his destination quicker. He wanted to cheat the process, so to speak. And therefore, he ended up paying more than what he needed to pay had he abided by the rules, right? Comment below, family. Don't cheat the process. D1, where are you going with this story? What are you saying as you're discussing this individual that had to pay extra for parking because he didn't pay for the initial parking, but had to pay to get his vehicle out of the impound? As I begin to think about that, because I'm always in a state where I like to reflect on my experiences and things that take place. I'm always really just observing and dissecting and unpacking things that I personally experience, right? I'm looking to find the lesson in the loss, right? I'm looking to find the value in the misfortune. I'm looking to find really the blessing, right, in the struggle, right? And as I begin to reflect on this, I said, you know what? B isn't all by himself, because he may have cheated the process of parking his car, but I see many people that are aiming to cheat the process as it relates to their goals, their dreams, and they're looking to cut corners and do the thing that is easy, or take the path of least resistance, only to find out that they have to pay more in the long run. As they cheat the process, what they're really doing is cheating themselves. And I think it's so important for us to understand as it relates to us developing this simple habit. And I'm going to get to it here in a second. But it's important for us to understand that if you want to get better, if you desire better, you have to commit to the journey of becoming better, right? If you want more for your life, you have to be willing to do more. And there's a process that's involved with that. But you can't cheat the process, okay? Because cutting corners and looking for shortcuts, that will end up costing you more in the long run. It may seem like it's easy right now, but as you actually fast forward, you'll end up paying more in the long run because you're cheating the process. The path to take is to do the work. In fact, here's the habit that we can start developing, family. Develop the habit of doing what is absolutely necessary to get to where you aim to be. Let me say that again. When we start to develop the habit of doing what is absolutely necessary, not what's convenient, not what's easy, not what seems like it's going to be the path of least resistance and it doesn't require much effort or much time or much energy, but making the commitment that I'm willing to do what is ever necessary, that's going to radically improve the quality of your life. When you make the conscious decision, I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to get better, to enhance myself, to acquire the skill, to gain the knowledge, to put myself in a category of excellence. When you're willing to do the necessary work, you'll position yourself for greater outcomes, greater opportunities, and greater success because you're equipping yourself with excellence. Because here's what's important. The process of getting to where you want to be is developing you. I tell many people, it's not just us working on our goals, but your goals are also working on you. As you work on your goals, you're developing your character, you're gaining more patience, you're developing more skill, you're gaining more competence, you're strengthening your confidence. As you navigate the difficulties, you're learning to think critically. You're able to solve problems and create solutions to whatever you're facing, and this will prepare you for your moment or the opportunity when it presents itself. But for most people, because they skip the process, they're not prepared for their moment. For many people, because they're cutting corners, they're not equipped when the opportunity presents itself. They can't rise to the occasion. All they do is default to their training. And because their training is do what's easy, when it comes to you doing what's necessary, you don't have the mentality. You don't have the willpower nor the willingness to do what is necessary to accomplish that goal. So D1, what's some practical things that we can do that will help us develop this habit? Here's the cheat code. Everybody comment below the cheat code. Latoya said facts. Do what's necessary, Mia. Chatney, don't cheat the process. Here's the cheat code, family. I'm going to give us 3 things that will make up the cheat code as it relates to us leveling up our life and radically improving the results that we experience. Vita says, you're so on point. Love my coach's teaching for sure. Appreciate your support. Here's number 1, okay? Number 1, family, make the commitment to constantly improve yourself. Constantly improve yourself. There's this thing that I label daily gradual growth. I'm talking about approaching every single day with the intention to be better, finding a way to improve yourself, right? Whether it's your professional development, whether it's your personal development, whether it's your mindset, whether it's how you navigate adversity, whether it's how you interact with others, identify some way that you can improve every single day. This will strengthen your ability to be effective. So when the opportunity does present itself, you're ready, you're prepared. Number 2, always establish big goals that require you to level up. What I'm describing is challenge yourself to stretch further than your current capabilities. When you stretch further than your current capabilities, this requires you to dig a little deeper, to do a little more, to gain more knowledge, right? To be better, to show up more effectively. In other words, to be on point. And as you constantly challenge yourself to level up, what will happen is you'll evolve into a greater leader. You'll evolve with a more empowered mindset. You'll evolve into a person that's able to navigate adversity and think critically in the moment. That's a key skill that we each can develop, to be able to critically think. What most people do is they allow their situations or maybe even their emotions to do their thinking for them. So they're not unpacking what's happening in the moment. So it's very easy to give up. It's very easy to give in. And this is why many people give up, because of the process. They're not willing to challenge themselves. We can't expect to reach new levels, to accomplish greater success, but remain the same. You have to be willing to stretch yourself and move beyond your current capabilities to discover that personal power that's at work within you. That's number 2. And number 3, and we'll wrap it up, okay, family? Actively work to build your competence and your confidence. Let me say it this way. The difference between who you are now and who you can become is competence and confidence. Always work to become more intelligent, to become more skilled, to become more aware on how you can create better results at the work that you do, honing in on your craft. And as you invest time in getting better at that, you'll develop more confidence. The more confidence that you have, that gives you more courage to do more, to do better, and to achieve greater. For many people, you're skilled and you're talented and you're gifted, but you don't believe in it, right? Like the belief system that you have won't give you access to what it is that you're aiming to accomplish, because you're not moving with conviction. So you want to actively develop that confidence. If we had time, I'd break down what confidence truly is. And confidence is nothing more than connection. Maybe we'll do a master class on confidence, right? You want to stay connected to skills and knowledge and information. You want to stay connected to experience, and you want to stay connected to your true and powerful self. If you find yourself lacking confidence, in many ways, it's because there's a lack of connection in one of those 3 key areas, right? Either you don't have the skill set, either you don't have the information or the knowledge, either you don't have the or the experience, or maybe you're not connected with the real you, and you're telling yourself a disempowered story, so therefore you're not confident and you're not moving with conviction. Again, maybe we'll do a masterclass in the near future. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But essentially, as it relates to this conversation, you want to actively work to develop that competence and that confidence. So when you show up and the opportunity is there, you can strike while the iron is hot. And you don't have to take time out to prepare for the moment, because you may miss your moment. There's a quote that says, opportunities of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of that opportunity. In other words, many opportunities carry an expiration date. And if you haven't prepared yourself for that moment when it presents itself, it may be elusive and slip out of your hands. So what are you saying, D1? They may not be calling your name right now, but make sure you're ready. What are you saying, D1? They may not be emailing you for those opportunities right now, but make sure you're prepared. What are you saying, D1? People may be underestimating you or overlooking you, right? Or not appreciating the value that you have to offer, but keep honing in on your skill to the point that you become so great that they can't ignore you. That's the mentality that I'm talking about. When you develop this habit of doing whatever is necessary to make it through the process of getting to the next level of your prosperity, you're going to radically improve the quality of your life. Let me say this and we'll wrap it up, family. It's important for us to understand that accomplishments happen in stages, right? It doesn't happen instantaneously. And with that understanding, discipline and delayed gratification will humble you. But at the same time, it will develop your character and it will prepare you for your next level, for that opportunity when it presents itself. Because keep in mind, this world is full of opportunities. At some point in time, your name will be called. At some point in time, that opportunity will present itself. That's not the question. The real question is, will you be prepared? Will you be in position? Or are you going to be that type of person that says, I'm not going to do the work. I'm going to take this shortcut. And because you took the shortcut, that process didn't prepare you for that moment, and you may miss it because you don't have what it takes. As I conclude, I want to wrap it up by talking to that person right now that is feeling heavy and overwhelmed, and you've been working diligently and you've been putting in the work. I want you to understand that you're in a category that many people don't commit to. And even though it's hard and even though it's difficult and it seems like gratification is delayed, that opportunity will present itself. And everything that you've been facing, all the time that you've been investing, all the hard work that you've been putting into this, it soon will pay off. I don't know when it will, but what you want to do is focus on showing up consistently. Focus on improving yourself. Focus on being better. Like I mentioned earlier, stay dedicated to becoming so great that they can't ignore you. Continue to add value to yourself. Invest in your skill set. Acquire the information and the knowledge that's going to position you to be better in your profession. Align yourself with your vision, your purpose, and your goals, and don't compromise. Don't compromise. The difference between those that succeed and those that fall short with their goals is that those that succeed are willing to do whatever is necessary to get to where they aim to go. And those that fall short, they're looking for easy methods, but expecting pleasing results. To get pleasing results, you got to do what's necessary. You can't take the path of least resistance. You got to be willing to stand toe to toe with that resistance and allow that resistance to strengthen you, to develop you, to improve you, to make you better. And even though it hurts, and even though it's painful, even though it's challenging, you got to keep pushing and keep pressing and keep persisting until you succeed. I'm talking about operating with the mindset that it's not over until I win, family. It's not over until I succeed. You didn't come this far simply just to go this far. No, you came this far to get to where you're aiming to go. So what I'm saying is finish the job. Don't cheat the process. No more cutting corners. Don't expect the handout. Don't get mad when they don't support you. You keep working and keep building and keep grinding until you get to where you aim to go. And when we develop this habit and work at it consistently and actively, you can radically improve the quality of your life. If you don't get anything else out of what we discussed during this conversation or during this broadcast, I'll end it by saying this. If you cheat the process, you're only cheating yourself. But if you respect the process, if you endure the process, in fact, if you commit to the process, if you fall in love with the process, you'll get to where you're aiming to go. To take it even deeper, you'll astonish yourself at what you're able to accomplish because you commit yourself to the process. So don't cheat this process. Stop searching for the shortcuts. The cheat code is for you to commit to constantly improving yourself. For you to make the decision, I'm going to actively develop my confidence and my competence. And I'm going to consistently challenge myself with goals that stretch me and take me outside of my comfort zone. And when you operate with that cheat code, you'll transform your life. If you slid into this conversation and I was unable to give you a shout out, be sure to comment below. And again, if this is your first time or maybe your first time in a long time, be sure to comment below, beginning with the number 1 and then place your first name afterward. Again, number 1 in the comment section and then place your first name afterward. Now, it's not going to be easy, Mia. But one thing it will be is it will be worth it. See the comments. Invest in yourself, Vita. Absolutely. Appreciate you, Angel. It will cost you. While you may attempt to cheat the process is absolutely necessary. Talk it. That's straight facts, Mia. Also, if you found value in this conversation, put some fist up in the comments below. Let your boy know that you were picking up what we were putting down during today's broadcast. One and only Ice, great day to you. Hope all is well with you. Glad to have you tapped in live. And as I see the fist coming up in the comment section, again, if you did find value in this broadcast, let's share this out. Share this out with the people that you care about. Again, you never know who can find value in this discussion. Somebody may be on the verge of giving up. They may have thought about quitting this morning. They may be so discouraged or disappointed in where they are right now. They said, I can't take another step. And today, something that we discussed during this conversation may give them the inspiration, or shift their perspective, and help them step into this day with a more determined mentality to make that vision a reality in their life. So please share this out. Lena, appreciate you. Chatting, appreciate you. Another great broadcast as always. My brother, appreciate your support, Michael. Dr. G, great wisdom nuggets as always. D1, thank you for blessing us. Absolutely. Family, connect with my brother from another mother, Dr. G. His message is all about relationships, not only relationships with others, but also the relationship that you have with yourself. I'm a firm believer, family, that the quality of our life is largely determined by the quality of our relationships. We have relationships with everything, right? Not just your significant other, but you have a relationship with you. You have a relationship with food. You have a relationship with money. And if you're not actively working to improve your relationship skills, in many cases, you may miss out on opportunities. You may be stunting your growth and your progress. You may be missing out on living the life that you truly were created to live because you haven't navigated how to effectively operate within relationships. And Dr. G helps you do just that. So be sure, again, to connect with my brother. Stay tapped into him. You will thank your boy D1 later. Consistency and intentions matter. Lena, let's talk that truth, sis. This message was everything. Appreciation, King. I appreciate your support for sure. Let's wrap this thing up, family. But before we do, if we've yet to connect on other platforms, be sure to connect with your boy. At D1 Gibson is my handle pretty much on all platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on TikTok, but not active on that platform. But be sure to connect with your boy if that's your platform of choice. Also, go to my website, elevationisAmust.com. Take advantage of all the resources that are available on the website. Got a lot of mindset guides, success practices that will help you empower yourself to achieve your goals and your dreams. And also take advantage of our courses that are available on the website, our masterclass on clarity, how to become more emotional intelligent, how to develop your thought patterns. Dive into that course, and I promise you it will help you stay empowered. Also, the books that are available on my online shop, be sure to take advantage of those as well. Again, that's elevationisAmust.com. With all of that being said, we got to wrap this thing up because you got dreams to catch and success to create. So we all got to get busy being great. But before we do conclude, if you find yourself in a difficult situation or a challenging experience, just remember, this too shall pass. In fact, say that with me. This too shall pass. It's only temporary. So what I don't want you to do is to make a permanent decision that's based upon a temporary circumstance. What I want you to do is stay focused. Don't cheat the process. Keep improving yourself. Keep persisting until you succeed. Eventually, if you take a step every single day, you will get there. Take a step when it hurts. Take a step when it's challenging. Take a step when you feel overwhelmed. Take a step with tears running down your eyes. Take a step even though it's difficult. Because like I mentioned earlier, Rick, just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. What I want you to do is to give your all. The more and more you give your all and stay committed to doing what's necessary, that's going to give you access to live the life that other people can't because they cheated the process. Keep going. As we wrap up this broadcast and conclude today's conversation, I want to end by saying this: be effective, be successful, live with some passion, family, and most importantly, 3 pounds to your chest. 1, 2, 3, be powerful. I'll check in with you guys next week. Have a phenomenal week. Peace.